बरसी थी रातें बेशुमार थे, याद बेहिसाब गम ये था मेरा। तेरे बिन रात दिन भीगता था मैं इश्कों की बारिश में। आज तू है सामने तो कम हुए हैं सारे फासले। I feel that something is missing. Maybe some instrument, maybe a violin. Though I do know someone who can add value to this song from her instruments. Let me take you to her. Violin is a very unique instrument. So how did you come to particularly learn that in general?
So music was always there in my life, but I was more into vocals. So I changed my school in 11th standard, and that time the music faculty also got changed over there. So I just went to him to ask if he can teach me sitar. I really love sitar, but he suggested why not violin? And luckily I had both the instruments at home. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try. And I had some background in Indian classical music, so whatever he taught me initially, I could pick it up very easily. So he said, okay, let's continue with this, and if you keep progressing in the same pace, then I'll make sure you're on the stage in next 2 months. And it actually happened. I gave my first performance in a district level competition, and I won the first prize there.
Wow.
And then there was no looking back. So yes, violin started in 11th standard and it is still there with me.
So mostly what happens is कि कोई भी extracurricular activity होती है, we pick it up from somewhere. So was it your family or was it some friends who were interested in music?
So I would say both my parents, they have a very strong inclination to music. My father is still learning sitar, and my mother was very active during her school days. So she really wanted us also to be there. So I think I gave my first performance when I was in kindergarten. I performed, and after that I participated in almost all the competitions that were happening in school and everything. So yes, everyone in my home has something or the other to do with music. So my brothers play tabla.
Oh, nice. So music was always a part of it.
Yes, always.
Even when you carried on with your PhD and all.
Wherever I got a chance, I tried performing. I performed with some bands in my bachelor's itself. Then during my masters, I performed with my juniors.
Right.
And that was the first time I heard some rock music, and I tried that. So Fade to Black was one of the songs that we played on stage. Then during my PhD again, all the fests and wherever I got a chance, I just played there. So that I am always in touch with violin.
And always gained experience.
Yes. So it's like a wonderful experience. Even during my postdoc, I would like to mention this. So I thought once I'll be there in Japan, I'll have more time for myself. I'll learn it more professionally.
Yeah.
But yes, because of the language barrier, that could not happen. But yes, one of my colleagues in the lab, she got to know that I play violin. So she introduced me to a group. They were like all researchers, all aged people, but they were very much into music. Right. So I just went there, I recorded their music, I tried it back at home. Next day I just asked them if they can listen to me.
Okay.
So that was one of the very unique experiences, I would say, and a very encouraging experience also. Right. So I performed in 3-4 events with them. And then finally I got an opportunity to play an Indian song with them. So, but yes, they loved Indian music. They were very excited with that, and I sang the song and they covered it with the orchestra. Wow. So that was really a good experience.
So how did you academically come to pursue being a professor or getting PhD? How was the flow?
So I would say I was always interested in academics. I love teaching. So even after finishing my BTech, I sat for placement. I got into Accenture, but I wanted to go for a master's, and I got into Delhi College of Engineering. Then after masters also, I got placed in TCS, but again I wanted to be Dr. Jaspreet Kaur, so I enrolled myself for PhD in IIT-Delhi. And after IIT-Delhi, I was even more sure that I want to stay in academics as a professor. and postdoc is one of the mandates, I would say, nowadays. So I went for a postdoc, and then I applied to IIIT-Delhi. This was my first application. I was lucky enough to, get selected. So I applied, I think, in the end of August, and I was here in December.
Wow.
And it's almost 3 years now.
Right.
Yes.
So अब म्यूज़िक था, आपका इंटरेस्ट भी था, एकेडमिक्स भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ गए थे. घर से कभी प्रेशर कोई मिला, कोई भी एकेडमिक प्रेशर?
I would say no. My family is very supportive in whatever I would want to try. And academically, मैं उतनी बुरी नहीं थी. I was a good student. So, and they always say, competition दूसरों के साथ नहीं है. It's for your own self. So you always have to try and be a better self of your own.
So who would you thank the most for being a supporter in your journey?
School time, when I started with violin, both my music teachers, and after that I started my academics journey. Then I had a lot of different mentors there. So I would say, firstly, I met Dr. Abhinav Grover during my masters, and working with him actually made me realize that I can get into research. So I would say he has a very big role to play. And then my PhD supervisor, Dr. D. Sundar, so he has been a big support. So I always look forward to him for any kind of a guidance related to academics.
Right.
So this list is long. And definitely, yes, my family, my parents, my brothers. Without them, it would have been impossible.
Of course,
Yes.
family, their support is mandatory.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there is something that you want to tell our viewers, some advice that you want to give with all your experiences?
I would just say that, okay, calm is important. Have it with you. Work is a part of your life, not your entire life. So have something that you love. Even if you love your work, there will be some times in life when you feel saturated,
Right.
So these extracurricular things, they actually help you that point of time.
Right.
So yes, do have something that you love apart from your daily work.
Thank you, ma'am, for your time and sharing your experiences and insights. I hope you liked this session of ours. This was Dr. Jaspreet. She talked about her passion with music and how she pursued it with her career. I hope to see you in the next Faculty Beyond Classroom.